Is this
Who's
on?
starting?
Is this on the Triple Thrift YouTube channel?
What's going on, guys? This is Joey Bada Bing 22 with my two best friends, and this is the Triple Thrift Podcast. This is episode 9, I think. Is it 9?
Well, it's episode 1 if you're talking about lives.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you're right. This is episode 1.
Not really. I mean, it's technically episode. I will call it episode 9-1.
So, what's going on, guys?
So we recorded this episode Tuesday, right? That's when we recorded it. And it got juicy. It got so juicy, in fact, that I was like, "Ooh, maybe we shouldn't post that." It wasn't anything bad. It was just, it's hard to explain, you know? So we're like, let's just redo it. And then it's really hard to get all of us together at the same time again. So we're just like, well, we're all free right now. Let's just go live. And as a treat to our subscribers, we have 602 subscribers on the YouTube channel right now. And this is just for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
Merry
upload
Christmas,
it
Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so lame. That's from The Office. So Drew, how was your week? Short little snippet. Give us a summary of your week.
My week's been good, man. I'm healed. I'm back from the dead. I don't have the coronavirus anymore. I'm healthy. I'm moving around. I got my shed delivered. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out on my YouTube channel. I'm super excited. I'm still in my office right now because I'm getting electrical, everything wired and installed, hopefully this week, so that I can have everything being powered and completely running from the shed. So hopefully the next time you see me live, I will be live from the shed. And I got to go sourcing this weekend at the flea market, and I had a great haul. I actually put that video out yesterday as well, so you can check that out. And it just felt good to be out and to be sourcing and to be spending money. I literally went 3 weeks without buying anything anywhere except one Facebook Marketplace deal. So it was so nice to get out and spend money and just like not be trapped in the house. So it's been a really good week for me.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Joey.
It's been really decent. I've had some good sales. I just made my first vintage t-shirt sale. It was like a $72.99 sale, full price. It was going global shipping actually, out to the UK. And I haven't been listing, and tonight is the night we'll be live listing at 9 p.m. But, I'm getting back in the swing of things. I really am. I really feel like I'm ready to go. I really do. So, other than that, my grandma's here, for the weekend. She's from North Carolina, and I call him Troy, but he's my grandpa, my step grandpa, but I love you, man. But they're here, and I'm spending time with them and just enjoying life, baby. It's been awesome. So how about you? How about you, Josh?
Well, first of all, Joey, I love how close you are with your family. Like you're just a real family guy. Like I love my family to death, but I'm like,
smile for Instagram.
Oh, geez. I love my family to death, but I'm not nearly as close to them as you are to your family. And I can just tell, like, you get so excited when your grandma comes into town. You're like a little kid again. It's really cool. My week was really good. Sales have been really good this week. I listed a lot last week. I've listed some today. I sold most of those toner cartridges that I picked up in that video this week.
Nice.
And YouTube.
Did you sell the one that was worth like $300 or something? One was worth like $200 or $300.
So that one sold for like $190 or something.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, they didn't like that sold comp was for $190, but it's so weird because like the front of the box says like it's a 3-pack, but then the side of the box says it's a 1-pack, and I didn't want to open it to like see what was in because then it wouldn't be sealed. So I just sold it as a 1-pack. Maybe I'm losing out on a bunch of money, but I'm pretty sure it was like all together, like the red
1-pack of 3 colors.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I sold. I mean, they all sold for like $60 to $90 or so, and there was 6 of them, so a really good return. I paid $60 for everything. YouTube's been really good this month. It's gonna be my best month ever on YouTube. Just the CPM you like, you get paid on YouTube for AdSense, and YouTube pays you like a percentage of what the companies pay YouTube to place the ads. Mm-hmm. And this time of year, companies are paying out the yin yang for ads, so that just means that, you know, we get more per
yang.
Man. So it's been well. I think we talked about in the past podcast episode that I was going to try to put out 15 videos this month, but probably going to probably going to do a lot more
Past
than
that. You were pretty close to that already. You've got to be.
Yeah.
So.
I think I did like 3 or 4 just last week. So
Mhm.
it's super, super motivating. I'm telling you.
I just want to stop and say hi to everybody in the chat that's here. Thank you to everybody that's hanging out with us on this kind of random live stream. I mean, we normally always put out a podcast on Monday, but we don't like advertise lives or anything like that. So all the people that are here, you know who you are and you're in the comment section. Don't want to waste too much time doing that, but just want to say thanks for being here. And someone said, staying in your own lane. I'm literally about to go to bed, but I'll stay up and chat for a bit. So thanks for staying up. And,
I think you're in like Australia. I
yeah.
think. I'm not 100% sure.
Canada or Australia, I think. Yeah. But either way, so hello to everybody. And yeah, really excited to do a live stream. I got like so much stuff I got to do. I actually have a Facebook Marketplace pickup that I canceled and rescheduled to tomorrow because I was supposed to pick it up about 45 minutes ago. And then when I got in my car, there's this city called Edgewater is where the pickup was. And it's like 10-15 minutes from my house. And when I Googled it, there's apparently another Edgewater that's like an hour and 10 minutes away over by the beach. So I messaged the guy. I'm like, listen, I can't come right now. I got other stuff. So luckily the guy was nice enough and let me reschedule to tomorrow though. And then I'm just going to make a thrifting day out of it. And I'll stop at some thrift stores I've never been to way out by the beach and, you know, make a video about it. So it'll be worth it to do that instead of rushing there and rushing back. So
it's not a Facebook Marketplace pickup unless it's rescheduled at least one time.
That's a fact.
And if you guys watching the YouTube video right now, let's say if we have 602 subscribers on the channel. So let's say if we get 40 comments from viewers on the YouTube channel on the actual channel that you guys want us to do live videos like this for each podcast. I don't know if we'll go live, but we could like record ourselves. So you have like a video and audio version. If you guys would be interested in doing that, and we can get 40 comments on the channel on this video, saying something to that extent, I think we can make that happen in the future.
I really like it. I wish we all lived near each other so we could like do it kind of like Graham Stephan. We just sit around and just have like different camera angles. I think that would be awesome. Like that would be a dream. Hopefully one day we could do that. One day.
It's every third week. So like on Monday or Sunday night, I'll fly down there to you guys. And then the next week you guys fly up to me, and then we'll just swap every week.
Dude, that would be awesome. Drew, would you do that?
I would do about it. Me and Joey and I drove to your house, so it's not anything different, anything bad for us as long as my car doesn't break down.
There's this YouTube video where these guys tried to sneak their friend into a movie theater by like literally he was just like hanging on the front of him, and they just covered him with a big shirt. So it was just like he's just like this big fat guy, but it was his friend that weighed like 150 pounds. And they got in the theater, one ticket. He like, you know, took him out of his shirt later on. So you guys just do that on the airplane.
Dude.
One ticket. It's fine.
We'll go through like the scanner thing, and they'll see like his
the
head.
X-ray machine.
No, Joey, you can just put me as your luggage. Like I'll hide in your suitcase.
Dude, that will never happen. You put it through the thing, and it'll see like you like this, like smiling.
You could vlog it. Be like, all right, guys, I'm about to get in this suitcase, and I'm not going to get out until we get to South Carolina. And then it just cuts to like 6 hours of black screen, and then it like cuts to you getting out of the suitcase. Like, all right, guys, that's it for today's video. It would be a riveting piece of content.
That really would.
The Seller's Den commented and said, if you see this, Joey, you should go full time.
Guys, so, I'm like this close. Like you guys don't even know. If you're watching this on the YouTube, you're seeing how close it is. We'll get there. I just got to do a couple things, and I'm on my way. So
on your way. I think your biggest, you've definitely got the passion and the energy and everything it takes to, you know, to be successful. I think, and maybe I'm wrong, correct me, I think the biggest hurdle for you is going to be finding enough profitable inventory to list.
Yeah. I think that's going to be at first. I think at first that's going to be my struggle. And I'm going to have like something in my brain where it's like, dude, I got to pay my bills. Like kind of like how Drew said from the beginning, like he's going to be like, dude, your mind's going to change, and you're going to like get out there and go do it. You know,
you're literally
so
going to
I feel like my mind.
You're going to be listing so much you won't have time to make YouTube videos when you first start, because if you're only at 100, if you're only at 140 active listings, like the amount of time you're going to have to spend to just consistently list to get that up to get consistent sales is going to be absolutely insane. But you can do it. It's just, you know, it's going to take a lot of work. But I mean, if anybody can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And then someone else was saying in the comments, I figured we should probably just answer it before we get too deep into conversation. Someone was saying, can we talk about the postal service delays? And obviously, Joey, you have the most experience because you're literally out in the field.
It's literally Joey's fault.
So, guys, I'm going to show you a video that my sister sent me today. It was so funny.
This is going to be terrible podcast content. We'll try to verbally explain what the video is.
All right. So, like, I think it's a TikTok or something. I won't turn the sound on, but this is it right here. So there's a package that's literally just
rolling down a conveyor belt. But it's not moving up or down.
It's not like going up or down. It's literally just flowing through. I thought that was so funny. I died laughing. My sister Rachel sent that to me. But that's just a little glimpse. That's just something funny. But they're getting sit like all these packages. I really personally don't even know. But what I'm thinking is they're just sitting in pallets. They're just literally sitting in pallets at the big hubs because like the distribution center has like it's huge. I'm talking like 20 football fields. I think that's how big it is.
It has.
And they're just, dude. They're literally just in pallets. I feel like, and they're probably stacking on top of each other. And there's not enough people. I just don't think there's enough people right now. You know, you got the illness going around. You got
people calling in sick.
Yeah.
Joey,
why are you on our podcast and not delivering mail?
If you live in South Florida, the reason you're not going to get your packages today is because Joey called out sick.
You're trying to get me in trouble. I should
on the Monday before Christmas.
Hey guys, listen, I really had a family emergency, so let's
yeah, you had to play bingo with your grandma.
That was last night. Today was the family emergency. I'm sure Joey had a legitimate reason for calling out, and this is just a bonus.
Yeah.
Hashtag blame Joey. Someone said.
I want that in the comments after this video is uploaded.
Oh my god.
Vintage Dolphins in the comments, and she said, "Hello to my first, second, and fifth favorite reseller. Who is the fifth is the question, and you, sir, need to pick it up." Who do you think the fifth is? It's probably me.
It's me, bro. We all know it.
We all know it's Drew. I'm number one. Josh is two. No, I'm just kidding.
I like the live chat. Like I know we said we weren't gonna like talk about it a lot, but I like the live chat. If you guys listen to the podcast and you want to be a part of the live chat, head on over to our YouTube channel, Triple Thrift Podcast. It's so easy to find. Same name.
As far as like my opinion to answer the question about but to talk about the delays and stuff, as of right now, you know, the week before Christmas, like I've had people on Instagram DM me saying they have like 60 or 70 lost packages, and I have some that haven't been shipped or marked as shipped. I have some that are pending acceptance, some that are pending scan. You know, the only thing you guys can do is to message a buyer when they message you saying, where's my package? And what I do is I type out a message and then I save it in my notes and I copy paste it to every buyer. And I just say, hello, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. Unfortunately, the post office is extremely backed up right now. There are major delays. People are calling in sick. And I'm just kidding. But there are major delays. And unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do right now. If there's anything I can do to help you, I will be more than happy to. The tracking is provided, you know, please check tracking. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Something along those lines.
Have you guys refunded anyone yet? Because I see Jenna in the chat saying that she refunded someone for $50 and they're going to get the package. I'm telling you guys are going to definitely get your packages sent and brought in if you have packages that you bought. But it's just not going to be right now. It's going to be early January, maybe late January. They're going to be getting these packages.
eBay put out a statement that anybody who opened a item not received case or negative feedback against an item that didn't ship or wasn't received in time, that eBay would take care of all of those. So if you have a bunch of item not received cases, supposedly eBay has claimed that they're going to take care of those automatically. So if eBay forced you to offer a $50 credit or, a refund or something like that, they should be bringing that back to your account. So I wouldn't freak out too much to anybody out there that is freaking out. Like I said, I've had people in my Instagram DMs like asking me what they should do. And I'm saying, just apologize and hope that the packages get there when they can. There's really nothing you can do. I sold a pair of shoes on Poshmark over 2 weeks ago for $110. And I just got notification that the shipping was delayed and now it's just being scanned to be on its way to the buyer. And when someone spends $110 on a pair of shoes, like, they want them, even the people who spent, it's actually ironic because the people who spend $10 on a pair of shoes are the ones who will actually complain and give you a hard time about it.
Yeah.
But just don't get too worked up about it. Everything will work out. All the packages will get delivered. eBay will fix it. It'll probably take some time to get negative feedbacks removed and those things, but everything should clear up. Just continue to run your business.
So I'll start off by saying that if you're a business owner, it's really just a waste of time to like worry about things that you can't control. Like once you all we can do is take our stuff to the post office, get it scanned in, and get the receipt. Once we do that, it's out of our hands. This guy at the post office today, he was complaining about a lost package, and he's like, I dropped it off here, and it hasn't been scanned in. Y'all need to scan it in. And I said to him, like, he was like right next to him, I was like, because the guy went in the back to check for a package or something, and I was like, hey man, I send off packages every single day. You cannot drop all packages at a time like this. If you want them delivered, if you want them in the system, because he was complaining about it was lost and it was never scanned, so you can't even file an insurance claim on that. I was like, yeah, if you want it scanned in, you have to wait in this line and get it scanned in, get your receipt. They're not going to scan it in. I mean, that was the same post office. I think I dropped off like 10 packages, and there was a huge line, like 40 people. And I was like, listen, can you please just promise me that you'll scan these in today? I don't need a receipt. Just, it's like 10 packages. Please scan them in. She's like, yeah, we got you. We'll scan them in. A week later, they still weren't scanned. I think they eventually got scanned in. I literally dropped them off on a Friday, and then like the next Thursday is when they got scanned as accepted. And I think 8 of them haven't even arrived yet, and that was 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. But did you guys freeze, or was that my computer? Because you guys just froze on my end.
I think
we're doing good. You're like a little glitchy, but man, you've been having a tough time like for this month, like this whole month.
I swear, I'm like,
you're good, bro. Like,
my internet provider is the worst. I've upgraded like 7 times.
Maybe you should do it 8. Maybe you should just do it one more time.
A couple people in the comments
is all good on her end. So anyway,
okay. A couple people in the comments.
Sorry, what?
I didn't mean to cut you off. It's my fault because I was glitching. So
it's okay. Yeah, Jim says nobody's glitching now, so we're good. I did have eBay force me to refund one buyer. It was a first class order that was, it was so weird because it was marked as accepted. I got a receipt for it, and then it was like on the way to the next place. And then when it got there, it was like taken out of the system. It changed from on its way, like in transit, to tracking number created, USPS awaits item.
Yeah, and I've seen
eBay saw that, and they're like, well, sorry, it says they don't have it. So they forced a refund on that. eBay's saying that, like, if you drop it off in your handling time, like if you get it scanned as accepted, go wait in line, get the receipt scanned as accepted, and then it arrives late, and that forces a refund. I think that's when eBay is going to back you up on that. I think I read something that if a buyer on eBay opens up a case for an item not returned, eBay will give you another 10 days from that date before they do anything. So that's a little helpful, but the issue is the scans. Like, if a package arrives late or whatever, delayed, that's fine. The issue is I drop something off or get it scanned in, like get it scanned in with a receipt, and then it's not scanned in later. Like it just changes to, like, as long as I can see where the package is, I don't care how long it stays there because it shows that I did my part. The problem is when I know I dropped it off and it's just gone, just missing.
It's not missing. It will get there. I'm telling you, like I've actually tested it like probably about 6 months ago. Like I had a package and I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to scan it and just see where it's going to go. Like what will happen. So, it will definitely get there. Trust me, guys.
Must have been that frisbee I bought from you.
Dude, it got to you, right?
Yeah, it got to me. Should have been a 1-day first class shipping.
The only thing I've ever lost was actually a huge item. It was like this big Bluetooth speaker that was like 15 pounds and was going to Florida. And they like delivered it to his house, and I guess they like didn't drop it off or whatever. So they like took it back to his post office, and he went back and forth and said it wasn't there. And then like a month later, they're like, yep, it's still at the post office. And my mail lady at my post office called that post office and talked to that mail lady. She's like, yeah, we're in the truck, sending it right back to sender. And that was January of 2019.
Wow.
And I still haven't gotten it. It was like $150 Bluetooth speaker.
Gone.
Just gone. Like there's okay, I get it that like when you're shipping billions of packages, literally billions, like there's bound to be some missing, but
how?
Where did they go?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like someone's got to be stealing. Somebody in the line of transit, someone's stealing something, because that is just, there's no possible way you could just be like, well, the package is gone. Like
we put it on the truck and open the door and then it's gone. I don't know what happened.
Where else could you find it? Like it's not flying out the window. You know, it's in a closed area. There's no way you're losing it. I just think people are stealing, man, and it's bad. Like I hate when people steal. It's just.
But again, like I said, we can't control it. Like once we drop it off, it's out of our hands. I think a lot of especially newer resellers are focusing so much attention on like, I sold this $5 item and it's not scanned in. So I was on the phone with eBay for 2 hours. I'm like, go do something more productive. Like just forget about it. If it shows up, great. If it doesn't, whatever. Like just focus on other things right now.
Yeah, I agree 100% on that.
I think one of the weirdest things for me to look back on, like if we were doing a look back on like this year of reselling or something, the amount of effort I spent at the beginning of the year, or even last year, 2019, when I started reselling, the amount of effort I spent fighting refunds and returns and, buyer problems compared to what I do now, it is a night and day difference. And I'm telling you, it's been so good for my business to just in most cases, now take it with a grain of salt. In most cases, I've just let the buyer's issue favor them and I move on. And the reason for that is because, you look at big companies like Amazon, and the reason that there are Amazon return stores that Josh can go get inventory from is because people buy stuff on Amazon, literally use it or try it on and say it doesn't work, or they get the wrong item, or they change their mind or whatever, and then they send it back. And us as resellers are small businesses that we are so limited on our time. Amazon is just like, yep, send it back. And us, you can look at stuff and you can say like, oh, I did $1,000 in sales this weekend, and then I had $100 return as well. So like that's 10% of my business. But at the end of the day, like in the broad spectrum of how much you're actually selling on a day-to-day basis, that $100 item is such a small percentage in the year, the span of one full year of how much you're selling, that it's very, very minimal. So, I would encourage people that are listening, whether in the live or in the future when this is uploaded, to really not sweat the small stuff with your reselling business. It's really not worth it. I was so stressed out, when I was fighting every little thing. And I have people on Instagram DM me all the time, and they're like, I don't accept returns and I don't have problems ever. I'm like, I get returns for just about everything, for hats, for clothing, for electronics. Not a lot of returns, but any type of item that I could sell. And, people say doesn't fit, don't like the item, doesn't work properly, whatever. And there are so many people that message me on Instagram when I share those, because I just share them as like a joke, you know what I mean? I just laugh them off now, but I share them on my story so people know, like, hey, listen, there's good, bad, and ugly when it comes to reselling. I don't want people to think it's just this pipe dream that, I make all this money and don't have to deal with any problems.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So I share those things, and then people message me, and kind of some of them are cocky, and they're like, I don't accept returns and I don't have problems. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't work for me. I must get all the crazy buyers then, because I even message buyers and I'm like, hey, you can keep the item and I'll give you a return. And they're like, nope, I'm sending it back. I'm like, what? So
you have to realize that on social media, like people love to exaggerate. Like that guy that said that he has like 40 packages that are lost. I don't believe that, man. You might have 40 packages that are delayed and late, but you don't have 40 packages that are lost. I mean, maybe if you ship 1,000 things a day, then maybe, but there's not 40 that are just straight up missing. And people that say they never have returns, blah, 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 they probably do. That's just how social media is. People just love exaggerating, both like, I guess in a positive and negative way.
Yeah. And I tried, when I first started reselling, obviously, like I put no returns on my stuff, and I slowly learned that, eBay pushes your stuff if you offer free 30-day returns. Supposedly that's one of the things, like, you offer free shipping, you offer free returns, you do promoted listings. Like there's all these different things that get your items pushed in that algorithm or whatever. So I changed to, free 30-day returns because Amazon is doing that. Amazon does free returns. So why wouldn't I do it as a business owner that wants to compete with, other companies or whatever? So, you offer free returns, and then, I'd say 90% of the time I get the crazy buyers that literally tell me, and I'm not exaggerating. I literally have told people, keep the item, throw it away. It's going to cost too much to ship back to me. It's not worth my time. And you can resell the item, you can donate it, whatever. And they say, no, I'm sending it back. I'm like, you're going to get your refund. You're going to get the money you spent plus your shipping. I'm going to lose money on my final invoice fee, so I don't want to have to pay return shipping just to resell it to try to break even on the item at this point. I'd rather just take the loss and move on and continue listing. So,
you still, like, I don't understand why people wouldn't.
Because people think that some people think that when they put in a return request, if they don't send it back, they're not going to get their original shipping back to them. So if I sold an item plus shipping, a buyer thinks that if they don't send it back, they're not going to get their original shipping money back. It doesn't happen often, but I've had it happen.
Not that some people do that, but then once they actually, I'll just refund them. And then once they get it, there's your proof that there's all your money back. Please do not send me this $10 VCR. Please throw it away.
People just get overexcited or just overdo it, and they just want to get it out. Like some people are like, I paid this much amount, like, and I want it to go. Like, I don't want it no more. I
think it's a little bit of a salty situation in certain examples. Like one time I sold a video game console. I can't remember what it was, an Xbox 360 or a Wii. I think it was a Nintendo Wii. And I test all my video games. Why would I sell a non-working video game and list it as tested and working? You know what I mean? So the buyer sends me a return request and says, this item does not work. And in the return request, it's this like aggressive, mean, the buyer did not test this item. He knows what he's doing. He purposely tried to scam me, and I'm like, you know what? Just keep the Wii. Here's your money back. I apologize for the inconvenience. And he was like, no, you are taking this back. I'm sending it back. I'm going to the post office and I'm printing a label, and you will return my shipping money. I said, I already refunded you plus the shipping. And he said, and then he was like accusing me of trying to scam him. And so, there's nothing you can do.
The story is don't offer free returns.
Yeah, apparently.
I offer 30-day returns, and I used to offer free returns, but I stopped. I stopped just to see if it affected sales, and it didn't. And that may be because like my YouTube channel still like bulks up sales, but I offer 30-day returns, but the only returns I'll pay for is if it's like an item's broken or something. And I think I had a pair of shoes that were returned because they didn't fit, and I took those back because those were like a $60 pair of shoes. But most of the stuff that I have issues with are like first-class items that I paid $1 for, so I'm just, whatever, just here's your money back. I've never had anybody argue with that. But yeah, I mean,
it's the ones when you sell something expensive, like a Nintendo Wii, a DVD combo unit for over $100, and
a printer.
Yeah, a printer. I want to point out Tim and Greg's comments real quick. Osborne to Thrift said they don't realize there are multiple right ways to do it. And that's correct. You can refund somebody and they can keep the item. You can refund somebody and provide a shipping label and they can send it back. You can tell the person, to do what they want with it. There's multiple right ways of refunding somebody on eBay versus just, having them send the item back, especially if it's not working. Like, what am I going to do with it at that point? If you claim it's not working, throw it away. but you're going to provide me with pictures of the unit not working before I just refund you. So I know that I'm not being scammed, because some people do want to do that because they want to send you back something that doesn't work to replace their unit, which
it's very rare that it would, like, a true return would be worth it. Like, especially a big combo unit. Cause like people aren't going to find the cheapest way to send it back. They're just going to put it in a box and take it to the post office. So if you got to pay $20 to have a combo unit sent back to you, it's not going to be worth it. Very, very rarely. Like, because you have to the original shipping cost, you have to the refund, and then that return shipping cost and the original cost of goods and your time. I think the last time I requested something actually be sent back to me because I thought there was value in selling it again.
Well, and here's the issue, which is kind of what you said. So I sold a Marmot winter jacket. It went to California. Okay. It wouldn't fit in a padded flat rate envelope. It was too big. It was like a really big jacket. And Marmot is an expensive brand. I sold it for like 50 or $60. Okay. The buyer put in a return request saying they don't like it. I provided measurements, all that kind of stuff. They said they didn't like the color. It was different than, I don't know, something weird like that. The buyer sends it back in a large flat rate box. They didn't fold it up or nothing. They just stuffed it in a large flat rate box, and I have to pay for that. So I lost over $20 on shipping for the large flat rate box when I could have provided a shipping label to the buyer, but the buyer decided to do it on their own. And then, I don't know, they demanded from eBay or something. I don't know. They step in and something.
Yeah.
It was just a waste of time, and I lost money on it, and I got the jacket back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have to list this just to try to break even, because I told them just keep the jacket and take the money. And they insisted that they send it back, and then send it back, with insane shipping, because we get discounted shipping from eBay. The buyer doesn't get that same discounted shipping on a return. So, I took a huge L on that, but it comes with the business. You just move on.
On my account, I don't when someone returns something back to me, the buyer has to pay for it. Is that different from what you guys have? Because I have the buyer paying for shipping back.
That's what I have.
Okay.
So
you
right now,
what Drew's talking about is the buyer pays, like, I mean, that's what I have. I guess Drew's, I don't know, like, if the buyer wants to return, if you have free returns, the buyer, like, if you have free returns on your store, the buyer ships it back. Whatever method the buyer used to ship that item back is what you're going to be charged for. So instead of putting it in a flat rate padded envelope or a poly bag and sending it, for $7 or $8, they threw it in a large flat rate box because that's what they found when they walked into the post office. So that's why I don't do free returns. Like, if the buyer wants to return something that it doesn't fit or whatever, you can, but you got to pay to return it. Yeah. Whatever method you want. If you want to use a flat rate box, that's fine, because you have to pay for it.
Yeah, so I'm slowly trying to change my stuff over. I need to bulk do it, but right now, like, I offer free returns, and when you change your listings to free returns, the buyer, it automatically selects that the seller will pay for shipping. You can go in and edit the listing that you offer free returns, but the buyer pays for shipping. But with all my active listings, I don't get enough returns for it to really have affected me yet, to the point where, like, I needed to go in and edit each individual one, but I need to bulk list it. So bulk edit it so that, if I offer free returns, then the buyer pays for the shipping. As much as I'm talking about returns, my point is I don't get that many of them that it affects my business to the point where, like, I lose sleep over it. At this point, I just move on. I accept the return and I continue running my business, because, like, I think Tim even said earlier in the comments, like, who's got their weekend shipping done? And I'm like, I still got stuff over here and over here that I'm shipping. I've got a stack of packages outside my office right now that I've already packaged up. I had 3 Instagram sales this weekend that I got to package up. And so, yeah, like, I've got a lot of stuff to do, and dealing with a return and a cranky buyer or someone who's just going to say bad things to me in the eBay messages. I'm like, you know what? Just take the return and move on. I got more fish to fry,
Speaking of fish to fry, and speaking of Tim Osborne to Thrift, last week on my Instagram, I asked people to send me voice messages on Instagram of questions that they have. And Tim was one of 2 people that responded. So I'm going to play his voice message here on the podcast, and
we're going to expose him.
We're going to expose him. We should be pretty good at answering this question because we already did it in the podcast that we couldn't upload. So hopefully this shows up. Oh, wait, no, I got to turn my volume up. Oh, wait,
Hey,
now
Anissa.
While he's doing that, I sold my first thing on Instagram, guys. I was so happy. I put a Lakers jacket on, like a zip up Nike jacket, and one of my friends that I played baseball with in high school, he bought it for me, and I was so happy. So that was my first Instagram sale ever. I can't wait to do it again.
it's fun, man. I sold a North Face like women's jacket on Instagram today. Like anytime I have something that's like that, North Face is like an extra large North Face jacket. Like that has such a big market. Like probably hundreds, if not thousands, of people on Instagram could be interested in that. So stuff like that, I always throw up on Instagram, and obviously give people a better deal, than it would be listed on eBay. But here is Tim's question for us.
What's everyone's best flip of the year? Also, who would win in a fight?
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It's so blunt. It's just, oh, what's everybody's best flip? Also, who would beat up who better?
I'll go first. My best flip to this day is my Mike Trout card that I sold for $400. I pulled that out of a Topps Chrome pack, and it was only $10. And what happened was, on that card, it's a very special card because he was in a black jersey. I don't know if you guys follow baseball or not, but it's when their nicknames are on the back of their jerseys, which is, they only wear that once a year. And it was when he was diving and catching the ball, and it was out of 25. It was an orange reactive card, and I sold it for $400 on eBay, which was crazy. And then who I think I would beat in a fight is both of them, like together. I think I would destroy both of them, clothesline them, boom, smack their heads together, kind of like a Tom and Jerry type of deal. And no, I'm just kidding, but I really think I would beat both of them up. Really.
I agree. For those of you listening to the podcast and watching live video, I'm a pretty short man. I'm beefy. Well, I'm stronger than you think, but I'm only 5'6" 3/4, 5'7" with shoes on, and I've only been in one fight in my entire life, and it was with a guy named Jonathan Graham. Jonathan, if you're listening to this podcast, still
I hate you.
seeking revenge daily. We were playing backyard football, and I don't remember what happened, but I just remember he pushed me to the ground and punched me in the arm, and I cried and went home and told my mom. And my mom, I don't even remember what she did, but it wasn't that big of a deal. She's like, "You just need to grow up." That was the only fight of my life. So I'm pretty sure Joey could take me because he's like 6'12".
I'm 6'2", but what's really funny is Hustlin' Hooks Adine. I actually just messaged him because in his last video, he was standing, and then his wife Melinda was standing there, and I'm like, I'm looking up at the phone, like, dude, this guy's like 100 feet tall. Like, nothing bad against that, but dude, he's tall, man. I asked him, he's like 6'11". I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like, that's nuts.
Massive. And what doesn't help is that his wife is like 5'2" or 5'3".
Yeah,
So
2 feet taller. It's crazy.
So mismatched.
in my video when Joey and I first met, and then we drove to see Josh, and Joey got out of the car, like the first thing I said to him was, "Dude, you're a giant." I can't even imagine, meeting Adine in person or going to work, and because he's like one of the head honchos of like a food management company or something like that. I don't know. He's like way at the top. But can you imagine like going to work and that's your boss, like someone who just towers over you? That's so scary. But Josh, did you say what your best flip was?
No. So my best single item flip this year was that set of Bowflex dumbbells. I drove to North Carolina and bought them for $600 and then sold them on eBay for $1,100 plus shipping. Shipping was like $150 because I just send them in 2 separate boxes. But then my other, like, that's like the best single item flip. But then I had that really good video game pickup this year, which I spent $1,000 on. It was like 10 boxes of stuff, like all like vintage, like SNES games and NES games and Sega Genesis games and Dreamcast and a whole big like suitcase filled with Game Boys, like every single Game Boy ever made. And it was awesome. $1,000 spent. I listed everything like the first week, and pretty much things are selling almost instantly. So I spent $1,000, and I think I'm like $2,800 in profit so far. And I only have like 2 games left that haven't sold. And I don't even know if they're ever going to sell because they're terrible, but we'll say I've sold everything. and turned $1,000 into 2,100 in profit. So that was my best flip, won by a bunch of listings.
Nice.
Yeah. So as far as mine is concerned, the biggest like single flip is probably somewhere between the $350 to $400 range. I hope that's not bothering you guys, like that I was packing a package while you guys were talking.
Dude, you're the hardest worker on YouTube, so just do your thing.
I don't want to think that I'm ignoring you guys or anything. I muted my mic and I was listening, getting a couple packages packed up. But anyway, I sold a Sega CDX unit for $350 plus shipping on Mercari a couple weeks ago, actually. And it was in a big video game Facebook Marketplace pickup. I think I paid like $175 for everything. And I got like a Dreamcast, a Nintendo 64, a PlayStation 3, a bunch of stuff. So that was a nice sale. But as far as like my best flip of the year, if we're talking kind of like how Josh was talking about his video game bundle, when I bought out that eBay business from Penny and Connor right before the quarantine, this was like March, I think the beginning of March. I made a YouTube video about it. I paid $1,500 for their entire eBay store, and I split it with my buddy Kyle, Thrifting with Kyle on Instagram. And so I had 750 into it. He had 750 into it. We did a draft and we split all the clothing. And since it was my deal that I made, I kept all the video games from that deal. And I've probably made over $5,000 from that buyout, maybe even more. I'd have to go back and look. Like, I originally started to keep a Google Sheet separately, specifically for that, but I was selling so much stuff because that was all I was listing that I couldn't keep up with marking it, because it was like right when the quarantine started too. So like I sold all the video games within a month or two. Like, I have almost none left. I don't think I have any left from that buyout. I even sold, like, there was one box of PlayStation 2 games and original Xbox games that were in like the little paper sleeves, I don't have one on my desk, but like the paper sleeves that games come in, used games from like GameStop or something. It's not the case. I even sold all of those like in bulk on Mercari and Facebook Marketplace for like $200. And I made so much money on that. I'd say minimum 5,000, somewhere in the range of probably 7,500 to 8,000 already in sales from just that one buyout.
It's crazy.
It was so much stuff. And I wholesaled a lot of it too. Like on Instagram, I boxed up a bunch of the clothing and wholesaled it. I did one wholesale deal and sold 100 pieces of clothing for $1,200, or 100 pieces of 120 pieces of clothing for $1,200 or something like that. I don't remember. 80 pieces. It was like $6 each is what it came down to. And I had about $1 into each unit, less than that, but I averaged it to be $1. So, yeah, I was in the profit just from that one wholesale sellout. And it was like not even a tenth of everything that I had. I made all my money back from one Instagram wholesale bulk buy because, someone in California wanted inventory. So, yeah. And I did probably 5 or 6 of those deals. I made over $2,000 just wholesaling stuff that I didn't want to list. And it was all good stuff. I just had so much. I didn't know what to do with it all.
It's a good problem. So I guess one topic I guess we could talk about, we're at 43 minutes. We got another 15 minutes or so. What do you see yourself changing in your business in 2021? I've got a few things that I'm going to try to work on, and nothing drastic, but what's something that you're trying to focus on implementing that's different in 2021?
Me for sure is probably quitting my job. That's probably my top priority right now. I say it like in a bad way. I really don't. I feel like this is going to make me a lot more happier in the far run of my whole entire life. I feel like that's going to be my first step. My next step is, I just, like you guys tell me, is like just to go thrifting or just go sourcing and just go knock that out. And just YouTube will be there, but I really want to dig deep and just do eBay, because that's what makes the videos, that's what makes your sales, and just working on that first will definitely help everything, and just everything will follow through. I'm probably gonna have to buy a storage unit probably in 2021. I can't run everything throughout like 2 rooms in my house, but it's gonna start getting crazy, but it's gonna be a good crazy, and I'm just super excited for that. So that's probably gonna be my first thing, is probably quit my job for 2021.
I mean, that's a good goal. I mean, definitely. Like, I don't know. Like my helper, she always listens to my podcast, and she's like, I don't know if I think Joey should quit his job. She was like, he works for the post office. It's a steady job. He's got insurance, all that stuff. And while that's true, if I wouldn't have been laid off from my job, I probably wouldn't have quit, because I was so caught up in that mindset about like the stability, like, oh,
Right.
you get a corporate job because of the stability. But then in reality, literally like that, it's gone. Like your insurance is gone, your benefits or everything is gone. Like at least with eBay, like even if you don't make as much money, I mean, worst case scenario, your house burns down or your storage unit burns down, you lose all your inventory. But as long as you have insurance, it's not an actual loss. Some people may even think it's cleansing to completely start over with no death pile,
Yeah.
But it like the stability of that corporate job is a farce, man.
Yeah.
Like it can be gone instantly. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I would have quit, but I mean, and I also don't think it's weird. I don't want to say like I'm some wonderkind or something, but I don't think my life now is like what you can typically expect if you go to, pursue a career in YouTube and eBay. I think I've been very, very lucky and blessed. There's a lot of work that goes into it, but I think there's some luck involved in that as well. But I don't know, man, just it's scary for sure.
Oh, it is. Like
Like,
I have dreams about it. Like literally, I have dreams about it. But it will get done. I'm telling you, I'll feel better. My life will just be so much better. Even though you guys think that like benefits and insurance, like that's great and all, but what's going to happen? I don't want to say it, but like, once I pass away, what does that matter? You know what I mean? And I don't want to say that, but I want to live my life. Like, I feel like that's more important than having insurance when we could buy insurance, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And I could have a Roth IRA and just do all the same things, and I have to be disciplined to do that, have like a direct deposit into my Roth IRA and just keep building that and invest. And, there's so many things you can do.
Thrifting After Work is in the live chat, and they said I would have to change my name if I quit my job because they're no longer Thrifting After Work. That was me with my lunch break thrift trips. Like after I got laid off, I was like, well, I better make one more lunch break thrift trip because this is going to be my last one.
Lunch break thrift trip. Woo!
Yeah,
You do that for us. Do it.
Fun time. No, I gotta
Later.
be in the mood. Gotta be in the
Do
mood.
it.
But
He's got to drink a bang before he can get in that kind of mood.
gotta drink a bang. Yeah, baby.
So it's funny that you brought this up because I was actually planning on making a YouTube video and putting it out like somewhere around New Year's Eve or the day before about my goals for 2021 for reselling. And I haven't actually like finished writing everything out and I guess you could say scripting it because I wanted it to be a really good video. I would say like the top 3 things is I want to obviously increase my income. I want to push harder to have a higher sell-through rate. So like, for example, I'll just be honest with the people that are here. I have like 1,570 active listings currently. And my sell-through rate is about 400 solds right now. I'm like right at 400. So, but my, this is just eBay. This isn't talking about Poshmark or Mercari or Depop. Speaking of which, I have a Depop sale I got to ship out too. I just remembered. But so like it's not, and Facebook Marketplace, like not talking about any other platforms other than eBay. My average sale price is $53.50 on eBay. So like my goal is to keep that above 50. And Fisa kind of said it in the comments, Far North Thrift, stop picking up $10 profit items. Those items are great for like, I guess some people call them bread and butters. Some people call them store fillers, or whatever. But once you're growing a business to a point where you're actually scaling it as a full-time income and something that you rely on to pay your bills, buying stuff for, $1 and selling it for $10, or something like that just doesn't become enjoyable. Like I have a a lot of my active listings are clothing. I'd say close to half of my active listings are clothing, at least. And for example, I have like a bunch of shirts that I picked up at the beginning of last year when I first started finding out about the bins. That really weren't great shirts, but I thought they were cool, but I wasn't looking up comps because everything was so cheap at the bins. I was just buying shirts that I thought were cool, like a St. Louis Cardinals shirt or something, but it was just like a basic graphic, and I have it listed for, let's say, $15, but it's not moving because it's a used shirt for $15. So now like I have some of that inventory that I sit on, and I could even run a clearance sale on it and it probably won't sell, but like I have an Eminem t-shirt, an Eminem rap shirt. It's like a newer age one. It's like from 2011. And I have it listed, I think, for $15 free shipping. And this morning I got an offer for $7. Those types of sales or offers at this point in my business, I literally just decline. I don't even counter offer because it's not worth my time. I'd rather it just sit in my inventory than spend the time to ship something that I'm going to net profit $2 on. So if somebody wants to pay $15 for it, it'll cost me $3 or $4 to ship, and I'll make, $8 or $10 on it. But I'm not going to even counter offer something for $7 because it's going to cost me $4 to ship after fees and my $1 cost, 50 cents cost at the bins. It's just not worth it for me to ship when I'm like literally the stuff that you guys saw me packaging up. This is a jacket I sold for $60 on Poshmark. This is a button-up Air Jordan jersey that I sold for $60 on Poshmark. This is a jacket I sold on Instagram for $30. And then like my other sales, again, like my average sales prices are over $50, and I want to keep it that way. So, it's just changing your mindset from picking up small stuff and learning how to pass on stuff that even though you think it's cool or you would normally pick it up, like just learning how to say no to stuff that isn't going to be worth your time. And then my other goal is to grow my YouTube channel, and then everything else, hopefully I'll put out a video at the end of this week with my real goals, but growing my YouTube channel, like my goal this year was to hit 10,000 subscribers, and obviously I'm not going to hit that goal. So, my goal next year is to really push to upgrade my camera equipment, to upgrade my audio equipment, to get better at editing, to spend time to learn how to do that stuff, to put out quality content that people are going to watch. And then, hopefully I think I'm going to set a goal to push myself really hard. And I'm going to say 25,000 subscribers is what I'd like to hit by the end of next year.
Go, baby. Love it. What about you?
I think my goal for this year was 25,000. I remember I hit 6,000 on Christmas Eve last year. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could be at like 25,000 by next Christmas. And now I'm at like 76, 77 or something. So YouTube is just so unpredictable. I mean, you can like practice, like have good YouTube practices and like things that make sense and see what other successful creators are doing and like kind of emulate them a little bit. Like there's best practices that will allow for typically more enjoyable videos, but it's really, really hard to predict, what will be a good video and what won't. So just get out there and kill it, man. Get that GoPro. I bought a GoPro on Facebook Marketplace.
Let's talk about this.
So it was like $175 free shipping, brand new GoPro Hero 7 Black. And they're like $250 at Best Buy. I'm like, I'm just going to buy it. I might give it away. I might, do something with it. It's just a good deal. So I bought it and I texted the picture to Drew. I was like, hey man, I'll sell you this $100 free shipping. And he was like, oh no, I can't do that. Like it's less than you bought it for. I'm like, I'm helping you out, man. You need a better, like I tell you all the time, the fact that he was able to get over 5,000 YouTube subscribers just by making videos on his cell phone is outstanding. Like it's extremely hard to break through that 1,000 subscriber barrier without upgrading your camera at some point. And it's not just the GoPro. I get it. You'd have to, if you use a GoPro, then you have to use a computer to edit and all that stuff. I got past that because I got a phone that I could take my SD card out of my GoPro and put it in my phone and edit on there. But it is, I mean, I made that jump this year, like switching from editing on the phone to editing on a computer. And that's the best move I made in my business this year, 100%. So I'm excited for you, man. I think your videos are good. I think that'll definitely, your production quality bump in production quality will be a good move for your channel for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, can we take a quick time out real quick? We got 57 people in here, and Thrifting After Work said they want to double their 13 subscribers by the end of the year. I think that we can get Thrifting After Work to at least 40 subscribers.
Let's go.
While we're on the
58. If there's, I wish you could still like click on the 3 links and go to somebody's channel, but you can't. Everybody just type in.
I just subscribed. Thrifting After Work.
After Work.
There you go. Let's get her up a little bit. Well, I think it's a her. No, that's a different video. There's like a suggested video. It looks like a husband and wife or a guy and girl. So let's get them to double. Let's get them to double.
I just subscribed, and I'm also going to take their link to their channel, and I'm going to put it in the live chat here.
Oh,
So you guys can just click that link and go to their channel and subscribe. How about that? If you're listening to the podcast, you can still subscribe, but you can't click the link. And I don't know. I really like helping people like that. I remember this. I was doing channel reviews on my channel. I think she had like 30 subs, and she wasn't even a reseller. Like I was like, whatever, we'll look at your channel. And I just asked everybody to subscribe, and I think she got like 300 or 400 just in that video.
that's cool.
There was a guy in one of my live streams named Topher. From his channel's called Hyphy Gold, and he had like I don't know, 56 subscribers or something like that. And in one of my lives, I was like, "Hey man, I've never seen you in my chat before," and he was a reseller, and I was watching one of his videos like during my live. I was looking at his channel. I was like, "Holy smokes, this is good! Like, let's get this guy to 100 subs right now," and we did. Yeah. It was really cool to help him out. But okay, so the GoPro. Here's how my brain thinks. Like I would love to buy the GoPro from Josh. I appreciate the deal, and I'm just appreciative of his friendship and even offering it to me. But what I suggested to him on Instagram was that he makes me work for it some way. Like that way he can get a video out of it. I told him to come up with a way to like give me 3 challenges of things I have to do. And then if I complete those 3 challenges, then I get the GoPro or something like that. You know what I mean? Just something fun where, you know, he said,
I feel like I'm like the king and you're the jester. And I'm just like, if you want the GoPro, up and down.
See, but I'm trying to think of it in a way that it would benefit you in the same way where like, yeah, I'm getting a good deal on a GoPro, but if I can make it like add value to you versus just buying it from you for less than what you paid because you want to be nice and there's opportunity for that. Like in my live stream in the shed the other night, I was live streaming and someone, I think it was Tracy, she was like, now you can swing from the rafters with nobody looking. And I literally jumped on the rafters in my shed and started swinging in the middle of the live. Like I just love having fun. So
yeah.
Like I'm totally down to do something like that. I actually want to, I need to go look at the Instagram and see what the actual DM said. Cause I said, give me a list of 3 to 5 things that I have to find thrifting. And if, and only when I find those items, then I can GoPro, buy the GoPro or make me do a live stream or a video where I have to do as many push-ups as I can in one setting. And for every push-up I do, he takes $1 off the price of the GoPro. But if I stop, that's where the price cuts off. Like I have to keep going. I have to keep doing push-ups. But if I stop, then that's where the price cuts off. Just like something funny where, you know, he could add it to a video or something.
Content, so it's a tax write-off.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody in the chat said, why is a GoPro needed? I don't understand. Drew's videos look good to me. I mean, it's just the more you get into like YouTube and production quality, the more you see it. But typically, if you're filming with a cell phone, the field of view on the camera is really tight. So I'm gonna show you guys something. So like, this is my camera. I'm using my Canon M50 as a webcam right now. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm sorry. Just give me a few seconds. But if you're filming on a cell phone, a lot of times it's like really tight. Like it's close. Even if you're holding your cell phone all the way out, like and you're vlogging with it, it's a really tight field of view. So you can't see a lot of stuff in the background. But when you vlog with a GoPro, you can see a lot more in the background, which makes really good like garage sale and flea market and thrifting videos. Also, the stability on the GoPro Hero 7 Black is really, really good. Like if you're walking through a thrift store with a cell phone, it's going to be shaky and, you know, just going up and down and all like that. But if you do it with a GoPro, it's going to be a lot more smooth.
Yeah, like Drew just put out a flea market video, and if he just had a backpack and a clip, he wouldn't have had to hold all that stuff, and
Yeah.
he'd be able to show you guys the item and be like, look, this is what I got. It will just help so much better just for him. Just even just going like thrifting or flea market, you could have both hands and walk around, so and film at the same time, which will help him so much.
Yeah.
It's a mental switch that I have to make too, because I'm just so used to running my entire business off of my phone. Like the only thing I use my computer for is printing shipping labels from eBay. Everything else is done from my phone. My pictures, my listings, my YouTube videos, I edit in iMovie and another video program called Video Leap. And like I run my entire business off my phone, Instagram and Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, Facebook Marketplace, all of it. So like I'm just so used to using my phone all the time that it's just natural for me to grab it and start recording like this versus let me charge my GoPro, let me make sure I have an SD card, let me, so it's something I just got to work on. But hopefully that'll be something in the
you'll get used to it.
In the future I'll get better with.
You'll get really used to it. It's really, really fun. You'll really enjoy it. Once you take that jump, like how I'm about to take the jump with, quitting my job, I feel like you'll love it. I'm telling you.
We're over an hour, but I want to mention one thing about something I'm going to try to do more in 2021, and I want to get more into Amazon. I've had an Amazon seller account for a year and a half now. I think this year I've sold like $1,000 on it or something, but I'm realizing that like with all my combo units out in the garage, like I put off testing them because I didn't want to ship them on eBay. But when you have bursts of motivation, like this morning, I boxed up like 5 combo units, tested them, cleaned them, got them ready, and I boxed them up and I sent them to Amazon FBA because now they're out of my garage. They're not taking up a whole shelf on my death pile shelf, and they'll sell for probably 40 to 60% more money on Amazon than they will on eBay.
That's also because Blake was telling you that he'll buy them from you in the live if you don't sell them.
Yeah. But I just want to get more into Amazon. There's a lot of people that are killing it right now, and I'm not going to try to I'm still going to sell on eBay, obviously, but I just think I've wasted an Amazon opportunity this year. I mean, it's stuff. I mean, a lot of items, like probably the majority of items on eBay, sell for more money on Amazon, even with FBA fees and everything like that. So it's more competition, but as long as you're selling, like I'm not going to get into private label or wholesale or anything like that. But if I find something sealed in the box at a thrift store, I'm probably going to send it to Amazon now, because if it can sell for an extra 20 or 30 bucks on Amazon than it could on eBay, that's going to be worth it. And again, with the Amazon bin stores, like Dante, Prison to Profit, he used to sell all this stuff on eBay, and his average selling price on eBay was super low because he was selling all these little tiny items. But now he's starting to bulk those up and sell them on Amazon, like in lots of 5 or whatever the Amazon listings are for. And he's having a lot more success on that method. So the fill a bag day at these Amazon stores used to not be so enticing to me, but now, like last week, I went in and filled a bag for $15, and I probably have $150 worth of profit on Amazon after fees just from that one bag.
Awesome.
All really small items that just you bundle up in 3 to 5 packs and stuff like that. So
you should make a video about that, Josh.
I don't really want to make that many videos about Amazon because it's really competitive. I'm basically doing the same thing Hustle at Home Mom is doing. Like she shares everything about YouTube and eBay, but she probably makes most of her money on Amazon, and she doesn't really talk about that a lot. You've got to be a little bit more candid when it comes to selling on Amazon, because you don't want to say, "Hey guys, look at this great product I found at Harbor Freight Tools." Because everybody and their moms, all 77,000 of my subscribers, are going to go to Harbor Freight Tools looking for that product. So
you're right.
Yeah, Amazon's interesting because like you see a lot of people, at least from what I see on Instagram and stuff, is like a lot of people flexing big numbers on Amazon, but then never sharing anything because obviously, those are, it's like the secrets of the drop shippers who do like the Shopify store with AliExpress. Like they'll make videos teaching you how to drop ship, but they'll never show you a winning product. And if they do show you a winning product, they're like, "Oh, I made $190,000 in 3 months selling this product 8 years ago," and it's like, it does take a lot of research, and I don't blame those people. But, you want to know, for example, a reason why Hustlin' Hooks is growing so fast on YouTube is because they put out free knowledge and they're sharing bolos that they're finding, for example, pots and pans. 90% of the people that are YouTubers and Instagram resellers that are selling pots and pans would not be selling pots and pans if it wasn't for them sharing it. And then people like me and Utah Bought and Gone and Josh and, whoever, putting out the hashtag pots and pans on their Instagram story. And there's major bolos in that stuff, Magnolite, Emeralds, and, all these cookware. I actually one of the boxes that I packaged up was a pot that I paid $3 for, and I just sold it for $41 plus $15 shipping. I would have never picked that up at a thrift store if it hadn't been for them. So, there are certain things that I think are justifiable for sharing because there's so many pots and pans out there that you're not hiding, a secret by not sharing it. But with Amazon, it's different because there is, crazy competition for certain things. Like you can go to GameStop and buy clearance games from GameStop for like PlayStation 4 for $6 and they're selling for like 30 on Amazon. How? Why are people not realizing that you can buy a game brand new at a local game store?
Well, it's not all stores. Like that the flipping accountant. I don't know his actual name, but Instagram and YouTube. He does at Walmart. He buys clearance games. He'll find games at Walmart for 3 cents and sell them on Amazon for maybe $15 to $20. But it's just the convenience. Like I know I can go on Amazon and buy this game for 20. I could find it for 6 if I want to go to 3 different GameStops in my area, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to buy it right now. The market, the market of customers and eligible buyers on Amazon, it can't be. There's no competition, even on eBay. eBay, I guess, is the second largest marketplace. But there's just so many people wanting to buy products on Amazon, and they're willing to pay extra for that convenience. Prime delivery, baby.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's just an interesting business model. Like I have a friend who has been trying to get into Amazon FBA, or I'm not exactly sure what he's doing, but he like bought one of those courses from that big dude, the Amazon Ninja or whatever he calls himself. I don't know. Like one of his friends is like his dad's bloody rich. So his friend bought it and he's letting him use it and they're doing it together. But it's like not Amazon where you like find clearance stuff and then you just send it in. It's like you buy a product, wholesale from a supplier, and then you sell it on Amazon, and you buy like Apple Watch bands on AliExpress. It's somewhere between private label and drop shipping, but it's not drop shipping. But like you buy, 5,000 Apple Watch bands for 50 cents each. It's like an off brand, and then you market it on Amazon, and then you sell them on Amazon for like $8 each. So you're not making like a lot of profit, but if you buy 5,000 of them and you sell them all because it's what's in demand, you turn $8 times 5,000. That's $40,000 in gross sales for something that you spent, I don't know, $2,000 on or whatever. So,
all right, boys. I don't want to change the topic super fast, but we're an hour and 8 minutes into this Bad Man Majama today, so I think we're going to go ahead and call it. Any final thoughts from either one of you beautiful men?
Beautiful men. Go ahead, Joey.
I love doing this on my live, but if you guys are ever down or anything, I love this sign. Just do it now, baby. Do it now. Don't hold back. Just
those people listening on the podcast, Joey held up a sign that says "Do it now." So just close your eyes and picture that, and get out there and do it.
I just want to say to everybody watching and listening, thank you for all the support this year. We're obviously, I think we still have one more podcast before technically the end of the year. So it'll be like the 29th or the 30th. So maybe we'll do some type of like fun New Year's style podcast or something. But just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's supported any of our channels, the podcast, any of our live streams, anybody that's super chatted, donated, messaged us on Instagram, all those things. Like they mean the world to me. The fact that like people are getting value from my content and the boys' content, that you're learning something and you're making money from it. If you don't hear from us or see from us in a video, which I should have a video coming out either today or tomorrow, but Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to the Jews out there like Yaakov, and Happy New Year to all of you guys. We hope you just absolutely kill it in 2021. And there's big things in store for all three of us. So be on the lookout. I'm flying to South Carolina soon, so you better wait.
To come and get the GoPro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Love you so much.